The trains here shuttle back and forth between Luxarian and Yusnan, the city that never sleeps. There is another station in Luxarian, South Station. The trains there will take you to either of these two, the Wildlands or the Dead Dune. Are you taking the train?
This is an emergency broadcast from the Public Safety Office, Yusnan branch of the Order of Salvation. Volatile chaos infusions have been detected inside the Yusnan Palace. All entrances have been sealed by...
Sarah, I need to know. When I die, will I get to see you again?
For your safety and security, all citizens...
Not that I have any right to. Well, I guess we all come to this world alone, and that's the way we gotta leave it. What are you waiting for, Lightning? You don't have much time left before the world ends. This is your last chance for payback to the man who couldn't keep your sister safe.
So now it's the glittering city. This is how Snow entertains himself these days?
I don't know how entertaining he finds it, but it's certainly his doing. Yusnan is Snow's town now. The residents call him the patron, and he runs everything here, especially the feasts and banquets. I've heard that he wanted everyone to enjoy whatever brief time they had left. But these days he's holed up in his palace. Who knows what he's thinking?
If I could, I'd go and visit. But I don't think I'm welcome there. Guess I should have pulled my punches.
No, it was the right thing to do at the time. I really thought if you confronted him head-on, he'd open up to you. Of course, it's been centuries. People are bound to change.
Have the years changed him? Maybe. The Snow I remember was an optimist, almost laughably so. He believed in everyone, and so everyone believed in him. That's why, in the end, I could accept Sarah wanting to marry him. But while I slept away the years in Crystal, he had to live every day, facing the world's coming end. Centuries, watching all hope crumble, lifetimes passing without a hint of escape. No man can stare into the darkness for so long and survive with his soul intact.
It looks like the palace is completely locked down, but I think I found a way you can sneak in. The Augur's quarter is our best bet. Supplies for the grand feast are delivered each and every day, anywhere from early afternoon to late at night. There should be plenty of things for you to hide amongst and make your way inside.
I've come to see the patron's palace from up close. Just looking at it would make me feel richer myself. It's the most extravagant building in the world.
The palace is in the Augur's quarter, right? I don't think tourists are allowed. I've heard that there are some parts of Yusnan that only the rich can get into. Not people like us, unfortunately.
It's a palace. They ought to at least let us go look at it for free, right? It'll be all right. Come on, let's go.
All right, let's go to the Augur's quarter.
How's life on the surface?
Alright, looks like there's another box for us to open, so let's open it. So let's talk to Hope.
Noel was one of the leaders. He helped us in the struggle against the chaos. When the Order took the reins of power, he went underground, but he didn't disappear. He worked from the shadows to help keep the peace.
And we're gonna go back to Yusnan.
He is the Lord Patron of Yusnan. If anyone's supposed to protect the people, it's him. But instead, he's hiding away in that palace, presiding over endless banquets. It doesn't look like he's doing a thing to stop the chaos. Is that right?
Yes, and the situation is growing critical. If the city is lost to the chaos, it'll be the beginning of society's collapse. The Chocobo Girl's code.
Do visit us again.
This is a broadcast from the Public Safety Office, Yusnan branch.
Time to mix it up. Easy now. Expected as much.
This is a broadcast from the Public Safety Office, Yusnan
Is this
branch of the
really?
Order of Salvation. A warrant has been issued for the arrest
This
of
is the entrance to the Augur's Quarter. Only the wealthy can get in, and even they need an ID. It seems awfully unjust, doesn't it? But Snow doesn't do a thing to fix the situation. So the gap between the rich and the poor just keeps growing.
So he's leader and nothing but name. He's not doing a thing to keep this city in control.
Palace guards are conducting a search
seems
for the
so.
intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous
If you don't
weapon.
have an ID, you're
Citizens
never
are asked
getting
to
into the
report
Augur's
persons
Quarter.
matching this
If you
description
really
to the
want to
nearest
see one of the
security
shows they
officer.
hold there, you don't have much choice but the tour guide. The tour guide sneaks groups of tourists in through the back route to see the show in the Augur's Quarter. Trust me, he's not that hard to find. In fact, he's about the easiest person to spot.
I think we've got it now. I know how to get you into that palace. The gate to the Augur's Quarter is locked, and that's blocking you from the palace. If you don't have the proper ID, it'll be impossible to get through the front.
There are a lot of popular attractions in the Augur's Quarter. People
Alright,
wanna
the
see
tour guy is right here. He's playing that thing.
Get inside.
Every night.
Hail there, my stylish lady. You're just dying to see this show, aren't you? You can try to hide it, but I know what a woman wants.
Maybe. Maybe not. Either way, I don't have an ID to reach the theater.
No worries about that. I can get you a special ticket at a special price.
A ticket, huh?
Oh, you playing innocent? I'm sure you know about the sneaking in special. I help the poor visitors to our fair city, people who don't have the requisite IDs, to see our most famous sight, the show in our illustrious theater. And I'm the only option they've got.
So I buy a ticket and you get me in to see the show, and I've nothing to go on but your word.
My word is good, but I can't offer any guarantees. I mean, who knows if you'll make it back alive? That depends on Lady Luck. So put your trust in Fortuna and your money in my pocket.
Fine. But how about a few more details?
I knew you were up for it. All right, let me explain to you the brilliance of my little tour, shall I? It starts next to the monorail track. You know, the one that carries supplies from the industrial area. Up on that track, you'll find some of the best views in the city. If you know where to look, that is. I can take you up on the track from the industrial area and get you set up all nice and comfy. A perch with a view. You'll be able to see the Augur's Quarter and the theater.
Sounds easy enough. So where does Lady Luck come into it?
Well, the tour's not without danger. The chaos infusions have been hitting the industrial area real hard these days. You might have to fight more than just desperate tourists on your way to the best seats. I don't guarantee your safe arrival or return. All I guarantee is, I'm the only way in. Not that it looks like you have plans of actually sitting down and watching a thing, my lady.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. None of my business to say where you might be going or who you might be going after. I'm sure the Savior plays her cards close to her chest.
Gee, was it the posters around town that tipped you off?
I could sell you out to the palace guard, you know, make a pretty profit. I guess you'll also have to depend on your luck to see that I don't just do that, Now, don't you feel like coughing up and buying a ticket to my tour? I'll even give you a special price, just for you.
Alright, so you have to buy the ticket regardless, so buy it.
If you want to betray me to the authorities, go ahead. But watch your back if you do.
Ooh, look out for the big bad Savior! A ticket for one. Time's on the ticket. Be in the industrial area by then or you'll miss your chance for the show. One of my helpers will be in front of the gate to the industrial area. Give them that ticket and they'll take real good care of you. You know the area, right? Past Central Avenue and then across the sand in the lower city. We leave on the dot, so don't you dawdle or you'll have to wait for the next tour. Thank you for your business, my good lady.
It's very popular with tourists, but most visitors just can't get their hands on an ID, so they find another way to see it, from a pretty lofty perch.
Lofty? There's a monorail near the palace that the supply train runs on. Let me guess, the enterprising tourists sneak into the Augur's quarter along that track, right?
That's right. It's the back route we've been looking for. Of course, the crooks who...
Close your eyes. I'll be quick. You're so eager to die.
Alright, so we have to head all the way up here by 6 o'clock, or be there at 6 p.m. It's 8 a.m. right now, so we'll be back there soon. We'll be there at 6 p.m. I mean.
Intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report.
I'll make them dance. My journey doesn't end here. The path of chaos is...
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an...
Remember, the tour meets up in front of the gate of the industrial area in the lower city. You'll have to be there at 6 p.m. Make sure you're not late, or they'll leave without you.
Good evening. It's now 5 p.m.
Alright, it's almost 6 p.m., so we're just gonna head to the gates now. And this is the guy you're supposed to be talking to. This is where we are. Right there in the industrial district gate.
Looks like you got something to show me.
Here's my ticket. Good enough?
Damn right it's good enough for me. But can't you read? Showtime starts at 6.
Then I guess I'll wait here.
Huh. Save the best seat, right?
There's a supply rail that runs through the area. That'll be your means to sneak in. Everyone who signed up for the tour to see the show is meeting up at 6 p.m.
I spent ages screwing up my courage for these, and it almost...
How about a nice meal to go? Hello? Thank you, ma'am.
Keep your complaints. Welcome! Welcome to the famous Sneakin' In special.
Here's your ticket.
Very good, madam. In you go. Now listen up and let me explain the rules. Participation in the tour is strictly at your own risk. Whatever happens, it ain't our problem. And that's it. Got it?
Per the schedule, the deliveries made from the Augur's Quarter to the palace only happen once a day. If you don't make it in time for the day's deliveries, that means you'll have to wait till tomorrow. You've got to get to the Augur's Quarter before the deliveries to the palace begin. Okay, there's a foul sea called Pandemonium that labors away in the center of this industrial area. It is the last one of its kind in the world.
Can I reach it?
I wouldn't try. That foul sea is guarded more heavily than snow. Everything depends on it.
My journey doesn't end here.
It's the source of all the supplies that the world depends on. Humanity wouldn't last long without it.
I follow the wind.
Alright, there's something down there. You want to get it if you have enough.
It's an unbelievable scene, isn't it? The whole world's running out of energy and Yusnan's no different. Yet...
Vanity will do wonders.
If you have enough EP.
Themselves dry for their...
Every day it manufactures tons of food and goods, which are then distributed around the world. It produces useful goods from nothing, or so it appears. The truth is that it seems to use the chaos as its raw materials.
So, the food that these people eat comes directly from the chaos? They put it right... I'm walking fate's path. I won't go easy on you.
More or less. There should be a way onto the rail. You just have to find it. Light, you've got to keep moving forward to reach the Augur's Quarter. All of the goods produced by the Foul Sea come first to these warehouses. This is where everything is sorted and accounted for.
It's a tough road to take. But I've somehow made it all this... If I just keep going up...
So the Foul Sea here is the only source of food and materials left for the people in the cities. If Lord Snow were so inclined, he could monopolize the world's resources and become a tyrant.
That's why... Keep going along this path and you'll reach the Augur's Quarter. My sensors are picking up chaos infusions throughout the city. If you keep going that way... If you want to sneak into the Augur's Quarter, you have to go through the industrial area. Then, make your way along the supply rail. Light, this is bad. The chaos just keeps on spreading.
Blood's up now.
It's almost as if it gets stronger the more people come to the revels. But why would it?
Chaos feeds on despair, right?
Those fireworks signal to the city that a performance is about to begin. Today, like...
I found you, Miss Me. You sure this is a good place for you to be? You can see it, can't you? This place is going to be Chaos City soon.
Lumina.
The Sea of Chaos that laps at your heels. It's one of Yusnan's biggest sights. It's like part of the show. Wow, would you just look at it? The chaos is going to swallow everyone up. I think the Savior has to do something. Since it doesn't seem our patron is doing much locked up in his palace.
What's Snow thinking?
Oh, he's not. At least not about the city. He's just thrown his arms up and given it all up. He's pacing back and forth in that little room of his, waiting for the world to end. You know why, right? It's all because of you-know-who. She's the reason he's dead inside.
You mean Sarah?
That's it. You aren't so dumb after all. Of course it's Sarah. Snow's never been able to let go of her. Do you know how many years Sarah's been dead now? Even so, he goes on pining and dreaming and wishing. He basically wore every bit of himself away. And now there's nothing of Snow left inside. So sis, how about letting Snow free already? For his own sake. If you ask me, it's time he got out from under all the gloom and memories. Because otherwise, the only thing he has left to look forward to is the end of everything.
Alright, we're finally back in a decent battle here. Oh, he sure fell down quickly.
I'm surprised.
Time to say goodbye. Any last words? Oh, I get it. You know you're gonna die anyway, so you want to at least go out in style, right?
Light, are you there?
I'm fine. I fell into the warehouses. Which way do I head from here?
Let's see. I guess that you're near the Augur's quarter. Start by getting out of there, and quick.
Something happening?
I'm picking up strong chaos readings all over the city. I can't say what'll happen. Just hurry to the palace. I've run database checks on the warehouses around here, but I can't tell who owns most of this stuff. People just stored their things here and left them to rot. I doubt you'll find any hidden treasures.
Alright, we'll continue on in the next video. Well, actually, maybe after we get out of here, because it won't let us save. Oh no, wait, we can save. Alright. So we're gonna save and then we'll continue out of the warehouse in the next video.